Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to give you some Christian talk on pornography. Basically pornography, pictures or films of people having sex. Okay, that's basically what it is. But I'm trying to avoid the topic. I know some people are probably, oh my, and others are going, ah. But, okay, anyway, to start out, I actually have a couple of written out blogs on the topic on Blogspot. I'm going to link them in the description. And so the first one, I included interviews with actual pornographic actresses, basically, and they were talking about how much they enjoy what they do, how it's something they like doing, and how people in the industry are actually respectful to them, and that they have limits of certain they have sort of a line of what sort of things they're willing to do and what sort of things they're not. So that was the first one. The second one, blog that I wrote, was more about analyzing sort of the attitudes that people have of how it ruins their marriages and their relationships, and it's always so sexist, and I think really the sexism that is in pornography exists more due to the sexism of our culture, not the other way around. I think the issues with how it hurts people's relationships is more things like the lying and doing things sort of going behind another person's back. I mean, if people consider watching porn like cheating, then I would say saying that pornography is the problem is like saying that other person who was used when you were cheating is the problem. They might not necessarily know how they're affecting the relationship. So I think really the problems aren't necessarily, I think other things are the problem, but porn is kind of the scapegoat. So enough on those blogs. There are married couples that I know of that watch porn together. There are one of the things that I've found interesting is that there's a friend in sort of with the Christian group I'm with who I've kind of bonded with over this topic, and I find it kind of ironic that one of the things that she and I are kind of sort of connected personally over and sort of discussions on has been pornography, but I think she's also a good representation of a lot of the sort of responses I've had from the blogs that I've written. Is that I was thinking, these college pervert guys, but it's actually the people who've seemed to shown gratitude towards the stuff I've written and said already have ironically been these very strong, empowered women, like this woman. And it's kind of interesting. But anyway, some things that I didn't comment on the pre-written blogs that I'm going to comment on now. What kind of led me to writing these blogs was there was a porn star who was raped, and there were people saying, well, she was a porn star. She consented to it by being a porn star. And really? Are you kidding? In saying that being a porn star or a prostitute is automatic consent to rape is like saying being a professional musician is a way of consenting to being forced to do a performance that you don't want to do. To paraphrase what I just said, if a musician, a professional musician, were to be basically grabbed and forced onto stage, forced into playing, for an audience that they didn't want to play for, forced to doing a performance they didn't want to do, saying, well, you're a musician, you consented to that, would no one would say that. But concerning sex, wow. Some other things that friend I was mentioning before, I kind of bonded over was this is sort of a little side thing. Was sent an article to me. I don't really know that much about the topic. I really don't know much about this sort of situation, but it was about how really you should, instead of just finding places to watch films for free, you should go onto websites and make sure that the actresses and the performers get paid. Um, this, like go onto their own websites and subscribe and pay money for that. And I mean, people don't have the money, but I mean, but it is a valid point that this is what they do for a living. This is how they make their money. And so I kind of understand that point. There might be things like this, but I mean, for music, there's Spotify where you get pretty much all the music you could ever want for free when you get commercials, or you can pay to not have commercials. But with Spotify, musicians get that stuff for musicians get money. And I mean, I think maybe with movies and other things, there should be an equivalent to that. And, well, I mean, there's starting to be some of that, but also possibly with porn. But anyway, a final thought about porn. A lot of people comment on how it really brings out this lusty sexual pervert in them, and here's the thing. These people are watching these films, masturbating to these films because of their sexual desires, their sexual needs, their sexual urges. I mean, get rid of porn, they can use like pictures of, they can watch like a video of a very intelligent woman that they simply find attractive, and she's fully clothed, long sleeve shirt, but they find her attractive, so they might use that. High school yearbooks, scenes in regular movies, and one of the things about porn that I kind of want to, just as sort of a final thought, at least this is something where people with sexual desires, instead of, I guess, misusing other films, have something where this is made for them to get out these sexual desires and sexual tensions. Maybe not, but yeah. Enough kind of rambling and just kind of giving some thoughts, but thank you for watching. Shalom.